Hi, welcome to Strength Reversed. It's Amy. Thank you so much for being here and happy holidays. I am sitting in front of my Christmas tree. It is a fake Christmas tree, which I prefer. It's just one less thing to think about over the holidays. And I am doing a hashtag that was started by Candy at Candy Soul and Soil, our resident tarot tube artist, and it is called Christmas Tree Tarot. And it's just a perfect fun tag for this time of year. There are 9 decks that I'm going to show you because there are 9 Christmas tree themed categories, I should say, and I will get started right now. Number 1 is the Dusty Attic deck, which I find to be very mysterious. It used to be my dream to buy a Victorian mansion and go in the attic and find, a whole history of other people's, antique things in the attic. Now, I have a hard enough time dealing with my own clutter, so I don't need anyone else's clutter because all of my clutter is in my attic and that's how I'm going to keep it. But I still think that would be very fun to go up into an old attic and rifle through the treasures. So here is the treasure, the tarot deck that reminds me of a mysterious attic. The bow fell off, and that is the Tarot of the Weird, which I used in my last video. And the box has seen better days, but here it is. Here is the back. And it's kind of like a deck that you would find in that old Victorian mansion with just lots of little, kind of a collage of old things that are fun and treasures. Lots of clocks and teacups and old silver. Things that you would find in Grandma's attic. And so I really like this deck. And it does have that vibe of a dusty old attic full of mystery and secrets and little treasures that you find hidden away. Number 2 is the Christmas Tree Structure deck. My Christmas tree kind of comes in 3 sections and you have to fold down the branches and, fluff them up so there are no bare spots. It's not new, but it's trusty and it's there every Christmas, just waiting to be decorated. And this is the key tarot structure that you love. And for me, the key tarot structure I love is the Rider-Waite. I just love it. I think it is so easy to have many different fun versions of the Rider-Waite tarot. I, of course, have the one with the awful plaid backs, and I've had this one. It was one of my first decks, and I never really vibed with it. But I did get the Universal Waite, and I like the color scheme a lot more. It's just brighter, and the lines are a little bit more clear. I just like the colors better. And then, of course, I have the Radiant Wise Spirit, which is borderless. Got to have a borderless version. And I like this one. And you can do all sorts of fun things with a Rider-Waite, like this hologram one, holographic Rider-Waite. And that zhuzhes it up a little and makes it more exciting. So I'm definitely a Rider-Waite gal. Number 3 is the Tinsel Deck. Notice I have no tinsel, and I realized I don't even have any trim that goes around the tree. I think I'm too lazy to take it off when, at the end of the Christmas season. So, and I don't like the little strings of tinsel that get everywhere and you can't ever actually remove it from the tree. I don't really like that look. So it's just lights and ornament, just the basics. This is a deck that you can get wrapped up in, and using it makes you feel like, makes you forget about other decks. And for me, that is the Light Seers Tarot. Once I get a hold of the Light Seers Tarot, there's a hair in it. It's easy for me to just kind of always have this deck close by. And I do sort of forget about my other decks for a minute. I really love this deck. It's a little different, but also very familiar at the same time. And I do absolutely love the bright colors. Something I prefer in a tarot deck. So the Light Seers definitely captivates my attention, and sometimes I have to make an effort to put it away and pick up some of my other decks. Number 4 is the Bauble Deck, and I do love a nice bauble. We usually get some new ones every year. This is a pretty one that we got this year. It has like an ocean with a little shark on it. And this keeps rolling around and turns up over and over, and you reach for it all the time. And of course, I had to choose my Grand Dame. It is the Robin Wood, and it has the special green bow to match the box. And this is my spare deck because I have lost several cards in my actual Robin Wood deck, which is right here. And I will never not love this deck. Is it upside down? It is. It's my gold standard. It was the first deck that I purchased besides the Rider-Waite. And at the time, it just made much more sense to me than the Rider-Waite did. So this is the one that rolls around. It's always there. It's always in the background. It will work for any reading, and I love it. Number 5, I have to turn the page, is the Snowman Deck, and this is the deck that melts your heart. And the deck that I picked for this one is, the Mystical Cats Tarot. I put all the bows on a Post-it because I was afraid they would not come off the boxes. And this deck melts my heart. First of all, it is very cute, but my son got it for me, I believe as a Christmas or birthday gift a number of years ago, and I didn't expect it to be as cute as it was or as readable as it is. It's cats doing crazy cat things, and I think the cards are well thought out. Some decks just, when they're themed, will just put that object in the card willy-nilly, and this one is, the personality of the cats really does go very well with each card. So I like how thought out it is, and it does melt my heart because it's cats and it's from my son. Number 6 is a Handmade Deck. This is extra special because of who made it, or that feels handmade. And this deck that I picked is the Cup of Conversation cards by Julie at Peekaboo Rose. I got these a while ago when she put this deck out, and I really like it. I like the backs, and I love the colors, and they're little prompts, or you can use it as an oracle deck, use it as a journal prompt, use it as something to think about, and I love this deck. Handmade by Julie. Number 7 is the Mistletoe Deck, and this makes you think about love in the holiday season. And I don't have decks that I use just for a love reading or just for certain topics. And so I really had to go through all of my decks. But one deck that I always smile when I look at, and when I think about the times I've used it with friends, because a friend did send this to me, is the Golden Girls Tarot. And Jason from Tarot by the Pines gifted this to me. And I keep it in a special Golden Girls bag. And we've done a few lives with this deck. One with Rosemary, and we went through the major arcana. and we should probably do some of the minors. But I love this show. It makes me think of Friends, and that's what the holiday season is all about. Number 8 is the Fairy Lights deck, and this is a deck that sparkles. I have a lot of different lighting schemes happening during the holiday season, and I kind of like that. I love fairy lights. But this deck is the Wandering Moon Tarot by Rachel Jean, and this was gifted to me by Rachel and by my friend Marion at Marion K Tarot. And this is probably the sparkliest, most dramatic deck that I own. I mean, come on. That is perfect for fairy lights. And all of the cards also have that have that holographic effect, and it's so pretty. The drawings really, I really think, evoke the meaning of the card in a really simple but just pretty way. So that is the Fairy Lights deck that popped into my mind immediately, was the Wandering Moon Tarot. And the last one is the Tree Topper deck. I have a new tree topper this year. For many years we had this red plastic star because my son's favorite color is red, and it's been dropped and the tips of the stars chip off. And so last year, after Christmas, when everything is half off, I got a new tree topper, which is that light up star. It's amazing. It lights up. But this is about a deck that reminds you of your tree topper. Nothing really reminds me of my tree topper, but this is kind of the icing on the cake, is what I consider the tree topper. Like, your tarot collection isn't done, just like your Christmas tree isn't done, until you have this star on top. Or, you know, when I was a kid, we always had an angel on top. And that is the Titanic Tarot. When I found this deck, I thought, my life is complete. It's a Titanic Tarot deck. And so I did have the original with the beautiful indigo color. And I also then had the Risen Spirits second edition that is more matte and has people on every card instead of being more pippy. And I can really get lost in this deck because I'm still trying to figure out, you know, were these real people, or can I connect each card to real people? And so it's just a fascinating study. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. I hope to post at least one more video. Let's get real. One more video before the end of 2023. But if I don't see ya, I will see ya next year, or maybe before next year. Who knows? But have a happy holiday. Bye.